We're just back from Yami's launch for their new Tenere, and to be fair, when I look back at all the sort of testing we've done over the years, there's probably a bit of a tendency to be talking about the performance of the bike and going through the brochure and talking about the mods on the thing, etc. But I think what quite often the shortfall is not talking about the lived experience. What the customer maintaining the bike, looking after it, living with it long term, and that's why we're here with Greg Yager from RideADV. Not only is Yamaha's official tour company, but does a lot of right tuition, does a shed load of development, and literally a shed load of development on these bikes. Knows the thing inside out.
And there's no other fleet in the world that would have the kilometres we have.
So give us a bit of an idea. You quoted some massive numbers about collectively with the Tenere, the parallel twin T7 Tenere. You've done a shed load.
2019 October when we got our first one to now, and we're just on 650,000 accumulated kilometres. We've got one that's got 85,000 Ks on it, and I think the one over there's got 60 something thousand. I had an accident, the speedo was smashed, I've got to add to the speedo, but I think it's got about 65,000 on it. So they're two high mileage ones.
Yeah.
And all the other ones, the tour bikes get swapped out normally between 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, okay. And you're on the tools yourself, you haven't just got a bunch of guys doing it for you, right?
Do it all.
Yeah, okay.
So all the builds that are done here are done by me. And so this bike's actually taken work out of our workshop because our builds used to be pretty intense. Its suspension would be away, there's a whole heap of things we're changing. We've just done our first build for our first 2025.
Yep.
We only put some springs in it. We haven't changed any valve in suspension, which is new to us, and it's great. I rode it again today. The crash bars, and it's a pretty simple build nowadays.
Yeah.
A set of our racks, we developed our own racks for the back, and so it's a easy build.
So aside from the endorsement that we're talking about, those astronomical numbers, and just underlining, I guess, Yamaha's reliability, let's talk a little bit about working, because I overheard you, the other day talking on, how I think the shock on this new one's easier.
Yeah.
If you had to sort of just take us around a few bits and pieces that's easier to work on now, or just smarter the way the thing's put together?
So the front panels, and you don't take them off often, but the front panels come off easier. The shock absorber comes out now without, you just take the protective flap off the back, and the shock comes out the back.
Before, what do you have to do?
Before you take both side covers off, access in through the side, and then it was a struggle to get it out. It's clearer now, it's easier now.
Yeah, okay.
The air filter's easy to get to. The pre-filter's easy to change.
Shorter snorkel.
And the way the tank's further forward. So that's the big thing I noticed today. I hopped straight off a World Road today, and the World Road carries its weight further forward, and this felt the same. It seems a bit easier.
Which actually takes away, so I think on the previous model, a little bit, because you're sitting further back. It's a little bit of vague feeling in the soft stuff.
There's a good inch. We tried one of our seats when we first got it, and there's a good inch. That tank's further forward, nearly an inch.
Yeah, okay.
It'd be an inch or hand width,
Okay. And some new switch blocks, makes the old ones look 10 years old, so they're much more functional, look more crash proof. We haven't tested it, because I don't think anyone put it down.
No one put it down. It has changed. I didn't have a problem with the other things. I sometimes roll my eyes with the way people talk about some things, but I didn't have a problem with it. So, but it is easier, I guess. I do like the fact that you can just, before you take off, just hold them up for a sec. Yeah. So the little things to listen to.
Yeah.
And to work on it, we put a quick shifter on one. It's already programmed in. So you put the quick shifter on, you hold the gear stick up, you turn the ignition on, and you toggle, it's done. Our one's got heated grips on it, Yamaha factory heated grips. So again, you just go to your home mode, bang, heated grips, set what temperature you want, it's done. It's already programmed to the bike.
Yeah, okay. A couple other things. I think you're talking the clutch cover's been twisted mainly to get that actuating arm out of the way.
So the first thing when I got on the bike in 2009, I went, oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
And then I've never felt it since, I don't think.
Yeah.
And to ride this one, I don't notice a difference. So but it is for that,
Some people ask whether you can retrofit it to the other one. No,
there's a change in the back of the block, and the two of the bolts don't quite line up. Yep. So I know in Canada, so we get a lot of feedback from Corey at Camel Products, a lot of his development, and he was talking that, people have tried to do it and it doesn't work.
Can't do it. And the other thing, I think the switch, I remember there's some people saying switch on the side stand.
Side stand switch used to be in behind, in underneath the bike. Now they've moved it around to the outside of it there, so it's better.
Yeah, okay.
And a lot of people go, oh, you got to disconnect that. And I've always argued the point, but that 2019 bike the other day, I took off down the road, and there was a bit of a section where I dropped off the road, and when I landed, it cut out for a second. I went, and so that's taken 85,000 kilometres to play up.
To switch it, yeah, okay. So I can't not ask you, mate. You know the other the original Tenere, parallel twin, intimately for the last 5 years. What's your big takeouts? Real top line. If you're telling a mate on a phone at 30 seconds, like, okay, here's how this one's different. What would you single out?
The front end feels more planted. Not that it never didn't feel planted, but it feels better. It feels a little bit more like a World Raid, and it's definitely snappier off the bottom to the mid. Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Which just gives you that option of like lofting it over logs,
it's easy to work on. And just reliability. I can't stress reliability. As you know, we did Canada and through America last year for 6 weeks, and we were up every morning for 22 days, 24 days. We were up every morning at 7:30, and we rode through the, and I think one day I said to Crash, we should check the oil. That's how reliable they get. That reliable that you just get a bit complacent.
Yeah. Well, mate, big thanks. For the last couple of days, I think we did about 400 Ks over the last couple of days?
I don't know. It was, for a launch, it was a bit tougher than we normally run a launch, to be honest. We jammed this into some singles, we jammed muddy sections. It was good. It was good fun.
Yeah, we had a real good cross-section and stuff, a really good insight, gave us a really good insight in the bike. So thanks, you're obviously pretty adept at this, running this tour business, mate. And
it's 15 years now, this year. So
nice part of the world up here at Mangrove Mountain, and perfect access through the Wattagans and up to the Hunter Valley.
Yeah, out to Jerry's for coffee and then you're into it.
Yeah.
Got to have a coffee.
Game on.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you. Thank you.